Everybody, give a warm applause for Garrett. This week is very special to me. It's my 20-year anniversary of the first kiss with my wife. Okay? I'm not even kidding about this, okay? We wanted to take it slow. We met. We wanted to take our relationship slow. And so 2 hours later, she invited me up to her dorm room. And I knocked on the door, and she said, just a minute. And there was this quietness. And you hear the shuffle, and then you hear the music start. And she says, come in. So I opened the door, and my beautiful someday-to-be bride is sitting on this stool. And I kid you not, there's mistletoe. It's the end of April. There's mistletoe above her. And I pay attention to the song, and it's from, what's that movie, Little Mermaid? You Must Kiss the Girl. See, I'm dumb, but I'm not stupid. I kissed her. And tonight, I'm hoping if I'm good, I get to second base. I really hope that. I really do. Now, my wife and I have a unique distinction. We've been married twice and never divorced. And see, we met at this very conservative Christian school. We were at college, and they frowned upon this thing called premarital, let's just call it riding a bike, okay? Now, see, the thing is, I've been riding a bike my whole life, and I was great at it. And just like every guy in here, he likes to ride a bike by himself, too. He won't admit it. And I was ready to start riding a bike with somebody else. And the reality is we started getting romantic, and I'm looking at her, and it's a couple months into our relationship, and we just went for it. We went for the bike ride. And I love riding a bike. I mean, who doesn't love riding a bike? Let's just be honest. It's great exercise. It's the best way to kill off some calories. I love riding a bike for that. Secondly, the best thing about riding a bike is at the end of it, you come to this wonderful fulfillment. All these endorphins happen, and I love that. And then, of course, the best thing about riding a bike, the view is wonderful. I love the view. Amen? Come on. Yeah? I love riding a bike. And you know what? I'm pretty good at it because we have 4 kids. We have 4 kids from 9 to 18. And after our last kid, we had a flat tire, and that's code for vasectomy, if you don't know what that is. But then we blew up the tire, and we kept going. And I love that part about riding a bike. The thing is, I love having kids. And having kids is a unique thing, especially when they're little. When I had 2 little boys, they were 7 and 3, Soda Pop, I have a kid named Soda Pop, and Ezra. And they look at you like you're God. And I love that. They look at you like, Dad, you can do anything. When my kids were little, I used to buy them those cool little, I don't know you guys that have them here, the little balsa wood airplanes. You pop them out, you put them through, and you throw them around. And you give them to my kids, and they're out in the backyard, and they're throwing them around, and you just hear them going, yeah, yeah, yeah. About 10 minutes later, my 3-year-old Ezra comes in, Dad, Soda's a poopy head, he ruined my plane. And he's crying. You would think the world's coming to an end. And he brings it in, and it's just in splinters. It's just all there. Tears streaming down his face. I'm like, just relax, Ezra, relax. I said, just a minute. So I go into my room, and of course, you know, I'm a good dad. I open the closet. I got like 54 of these things in there. And I pull one out, and I put it together, and I bring it out, and I go, here you go, Ezra. And he gives me that look. Any of you who are parents, you know that look. You're amazing. The worst part about that look is when they turn like 12, 13, they give you that same look, and they go, you're a freaking idiot, Dad. That's the only bad thing about getting old. The amazing thing about having kids, though, is the difference in how I was raised and how I raised my kids. I'm 43, and some of you know how bad family picture day was. Anybody remember this? When your mom wanted to take a picture, and your dad sat in the corner and did this. Mom would make sure we all got dressed up. We took our showers. She'd comb our hair right. She'd put a tie on us. We'd get in the back seat, and she'd like, don't slouch. You're going to rake in your shirt. Stop. And then my brother's trying to give me a wet willy. And my dad's doing that thing. You know that thing where he's driving and one hand's back here? He's like, shut up. Don't make me pull this thing over. And I don't know why parents ever say it. They never freaking pull over. What is that about? But he's all swinging back there. And you get to like Macy's or JCPenney. And you know it's just chaos. There's all these kids. Yeah, this is fun, Mom. Thanks for bringing me here. And we sit there, and of course, my dad's still in the corner. My dad gives my mom that stink eye. And all this chaos is going on, and then you get all lined up, and they don't line you up right, so you got to realign, and all of a sudden they say, smile, and you go, and then that picture goes up, and you remember that's the worst frickin' day I've ever had right there, right? My kids, their lives are totally different. My kids run around with phones, and they have cameras on. They're taking pictures. And something I don't understand about this culture today, this is something Instagram makes no sense to me, okay? People get together, and they're going to cook tacos. And so they lay out all their ingredients. They're like, hey, let's take a picture. And it goes right on Facebook, right? And then all of a sudden, they're cooking their beans. They're like, yeah. And then they get it all ready, and they take this picture. Oh, it looks good as their caption. And then they finish the food, and they take a picture of the empty plate. What I don't get, because I'm a guy who likes completion, why don't they take a picture of their poop like 2 hours later? Here's my poop. Because, you all have poop stories. Please say yes to this. Okay, I kid you not. Just today, I am in Sam's Club. Now, if you've ever been in Sam's Club, okay, the bathroom's over here. I'm completely on the far end with my oldest son, and I'm like, uh-oh. And you guys know that feeling? You can always tell them after they've eaten at Sam's Club, they're walking around like this. And I'm like taking off my sweatshirt and putting it behind me because I'm really fearful. And I'm gonna just admit something here. Something happened today, and I had to leave my shorts in the bathroom. And it was embarrassing, man. I must have been in that stall for like 8 minutes. And I know the guy next to me, he hears the toilet paper coming and coming. He leaves. Another guy comes in. I'm still cranking the toilet paper out. And I'm like, this sucks. But then I could walk normal, and that was nice, I know as a kid, my parents did worry about me, though. I had this one bad issue. Anybody ever steal things when you were a kid? Oh my gosh. I can remember being 4 years old, and I was at a music conference. My dad was a music teacher, and we're going down the vendors, and I see this blue button, and I'm 4 years old, mind you. And I'm looking at my mom. Mom, I need the blue button. I'll give you my right arm. Mom, I'll clean my room. I'll pick up the dog poop. Please, I won't poop my pants anymore. Just give me the blue button. Come on. And my mom says no. And like a good 4-year-old, I go, okay. But like a really good 4-year-old, I leave my mom 20 minutes later, and what do? I steal the blue button. That's right. But the problem is when you're 4 years old, your life experience isn't that great. So you stick it in the pocket, and you're feeling like, yeah, I got the blue button. But the problem is it's a 3-hour drive home. So what happens when you're 4 years old? You fall asleep. And your dad carries you to your bed, and your mom kind of helps you get your PJs on, and she goes through your pockets, and she goes, did you steal this blue button? And you're 4 years old. You have no life experience. And I'm like, yo! Is that a yes or a no? Did you steal this button? More forceful. Yo! Who gave you this button? Now, right there, that was my key. Who gave you this button? See, I'd been in church enough. My Sunday school teacher always talked that Jesus had these great gifts for us. So I'm thinking 4 years old. She asked, I'm going to ask you one more time, Garrett Grant, who gave you this button? Jesus. That one didn't fly. I thought it was going to work. My Sunday school teacher said it would work. So at 8 years old, you're in 7-Eleven, you're trying to stick the candy in your pocket. The 19-year-old catches you. He's like a giant too. You ever come in here again, I'm going to kick your boop, boop, boop. Of course, that didn't last because he got fired 2 weeks later for riding a bike in the store, and that was a whole melee in my town. Now, the reality is, at about 14, I get caught stealing baseball cards, and so I start wondering, and I know my parents are wondering, like 17, 18 years old, what is this kid going to do? What is he going to do for life? I mean, you look at me, I'm weak. There's no way I'm going to do manual labor, okay? And so what kind of jobs can you get where you legally can steal? I know you're all thinking lawyer right away, right? Because they have the worst reputation. But I went a different way. I became a pastor. And let me understand why being a pastor is great. If you do a good church service, you sing some songs, you tell some stories, and guess what? We don't steal from you. We just pass the plate, and you put it right in, baby. And if enough doesn't come, we say, hey, second chorus, second time, let's do that again. Pass the plate, baby, pass the plate. Hey, have a great night, you guys.